right, let's get started. Happy Saturday. Nice to see you all again. And a reminder, I'm going to teach tomorrow morning also extra holiday weekend yoga. I always feel like more yoga is good on holiday weekends. So if you want to join me tomorrow, it'll be same time, same place. And with that, close your eyes and find a comfortable seat. Maybe move the flesh of your seat out of the way. Connect your sit bones or your ischial spines into the ground. Finding that sense of groundedness and calm within. And grow a little taller. Reach the crown of your head to the sky. Let your chest fill with breath. And enjoy a long, smooth, sweet exhale. And today I thought we would soften into this idea of the bittersweet things in life. I have gotten several emails from people the last 24 hours about loved ones who've passed away, and the holidays bring up all kinds of things about how things maybe should be or they used to be, or in my case, aging parents who approach things differently now than they used to and don't show up for holidays. And even if you were to pick them up and deliver them and return them or any of those things. So there's a lot of sort of bittersweetness around time with family and people being as they are. And so I thought to enjoy that bit of it, that we can still be happy, healthy, whole, grounded, and enjoy all of it, the ups and the downs. We often call it in coaching 50-50, the 50-50 of life, the good stuff, the bad stuff, and everything in between. And that they're all part and parcel and necessary. And that the bitter part makes the sweet part sweeter. And allows you to enjoy those you are with and the things that are going well in a different, deeper, more delightful way. So hopefully some of those thoughts inspire, and I'm called to send compassion and kindness to those who have lost loved ones this week. And decide whether hands open or closed feels good to you. Try them out and see which one feels more settled and comfortable. And we'll take 3 collective breaths, breathing in together and out together, even though we're in different spots in the world, recognizing our connectedness. Those of you who practice with me are all connected deeply in your work and your ways of being. You're finely filtered to show up here and be here. And to enjoy that sense of togetherness and community with the others, also sharing this time and space together. We often notice how we're not part of a community, but connecting to the ways in which we are. And maybe not just this community, but what other communities are you a part of? And taking in one more collective inhale together. And a smooth exhale. And bring a hand to heart and another hand to top. Releasing some more oxytocin, that feel-good connection, love, and safety hormone that we all could use a little bit more of. And rubbing your top hand on the bottom hand, enjoying that skin to skin, melting cortisol. Most of us here have an abundance of cortisol, perhaps an excess. We're used to living in a cortisol bath. And might we change the recipe a little bit with a little more yoga, a little more breath, some strategic thoughts, and some stretching and movement and time and space. And we'll bring our hands together, creating some heat and energy and excitement. Bringing your thumbs to your sternum and your fingers reach up tall and your elbows out wide. Setting your intention, your own intention, given the invitation of connectedness and bittersweet and community and sort of the ups and downs and realities of life as it is. How can you warmly hold it, kindly hold it, generously hold it? Telling a loving story for yourself and all the others involved. That is what love would do. And what would love do about all this swirl outside of us of shopping and noise and emails and texts? And it's a little bit exciting this year or overwhelming. And what would love do about that for you? It's a bit of the bittersweet. There's lots of goodness and lots of exciting things happening, and sometimes it's a lot. Sometimes it's too much. Maybe you want to opt out and lean into something that feels really delicious and cozy. You choose. There's not a right answer. If no one were judging you, how would you move forward? My guess is you'd allow a little bit of the sadness and the bitter to be there. In coaching and in yoga, we don't make it go away. We just acknowledge it so that it can move through you more quickly and not weigh you down unnecessarily. But there are many things in the world, the bitters, that we can't change. So taking in a big, huge breath of the sweet, and an exhale of any of the bitter you'd like to already let go. And we'll lower our hands and open our eyes. And today we will just open our legs wide from where we are. You can stay up on your bolster or blanket if you wish, or be on the floor, it doesn't matter. Send your roots downward, your sit bones. Tilt your pelvic bowl forward and sit up tall. Grow your spine one vertebrae atop the other. Finding center and steady. And point your toes. And flex your ankles. Toes come towards your knees. And once again, point your toes. And flex your ankles. You're going to reach your arms up to the sky with your legs open wide. And take your right thumb and middle finger and tilt rightward gently, sending your root down. This will take a little more focus and energy in your middle. Coming back to center, switch the clasp and shift leftward. Coming back to center, open your arms and twist to the right. Lower your right hand behind you. And your left hand in front, coming into a twist. Massage your innards. Inhale and grow tall. And exhale, ring it out. Once again, inhale, grow tall. Fill yourself up with the sweet part. And just massage that bitter. Inhaling your arms back up. And twisting all the way left, but gently. And left hand comes behind you, right hand to your thigh. Inhale, grow tall, and exhale, ring it out, massage it out. Inhale, grow tall, and exhale, let it out. Bringing your arms back up to center, twist back to center, and lower your hands in front of you. You might slide off the bolster, and you'll walk your hands forward, releasing whatever is tight in your legs, just letting the energy move. Wiggling toes, letting it be light. And you'll fold forward a little bit further. And walk your hands back, bring them behind you, plant your fists, pick them up, slide forward a wee bit. Let your heart shine forward on purpose. Filling your chest, wrapping your heart with breath. And a huge exhale, let it out. Relax your hands. You're going to bring your right foot into your left inner thigh. And we're gonna plant our hands about 18 inches behind us and lift up into a wild thing and just enjoy a really delicious, delightful stretch. It doesn't have to be perfect, like a morning stretch. And we'll lower back down. You're gonna slide your left hand down your left leg, grab your toe and reach over. And then we're gonna come back, flip up into that wild thing again. And sliding back down the left leg and reach over. Coming back up to center. Find your root. Once again, inhale, grow as tall as you can. Exhale, twist towards your left leg. And you're gonna bring your right hand to the outer left knee or calf or toes and wrap that left hand into your right hip crease, coming into a twist, opening up the back of your waist. Release your head and neck. And take 2 breaths here. You can close your eyes and drop inward and just notice how you feel. Once again, focus on the sweet here for this moment. And untangle. You're gonna rise up and switch your legs. So your right leg will extend long. Your left foot will come into the right inner thigh. And you'll take a moment here to find center. Plant your left hand about 18 inches behind your left hip and rise up into wild thing. Let it feel really good. And coming down onto your hip, slide down that right leg and reach over. Doesn't have to be perfect, just let it feel good. Be in your body and enjoy the stretch in whatever way works for you. Coming back down. And you'll reach your left arm over. And we will come back to center here. And you're gonna twist towards the right leg and wrap yourself into a twist. Lower your head a little bit, let it feel good. And breathe. And we'll untangle. We're gonna come into either what we would call double pigeon. Some of you might do cow face pose. The cows are out in West Marin right now because the grass is back. And so cow face pose, you're gonna bring knee on top of knee. If you wanna do double pigeon, you'll bring your right foot on top of your left knee and sit up and open your right hip. Or you'll cross your knees. And if you can't do that, you'll just sit cross-legged. And if you're in cow face pose, grab your ankles and tug them towards you a little bit. Notice your hips and have a rock. Find somewhere that feels like center. Tilt your pelvic bowl forward and sit up tall. And as you arrive there, allow things to stretch. But if it's your knee that's hurting, don't allow it to stretch. But you can let your hip release and open up. And if one doesn't feel good on this side, try the other. It can be just a simple practice of noticing what feels good. We're so trained to do what doesn't feel good that we just keep doing it. So if something doesn't feel good or you're not even sure, try the other pose. And remember to breathe. Pour the breath in through your lungs and out. And then we will untangle and stretch your legs long, have a bang with your knees, move the flesh of your seat out of the way, and slide forward towards your toes. Let the energy move. Your waist will probably be hinged as opposed to rounded, but once again here you can choose. There's no right one. Notice what feels absolutely best to you. Maybe wiggling all of your little toes and pointing your big toe. Sliding up, and we will switch sides. So your right leg will be under your left, and you can come into double pigeon or cow face pose. And it might look different on this side, whichever one you did on the other side. It doesn't have to be the same. Sending love and care and attention to your left hip. It's a little bit of a bittersweet practice in that it's one of those things that's tender sometimes, and we hold a lot of tenderness in our hips. And so when we give them a moment, sometimes emotions rise up, and that's okay. So in coaching and yoga, though we're here to feel good, we don't make ourselves feel good. We actually allow yourself to feel all the feels, all the discomfort, all the frustration, all the sadness, because feeling it is actually what moves you forward. The anger can be alchemy. 3 more breaths here. And then we will untangle and bang your knees out once again. And we'll sweep them around and come to hands and knees. And enjoy a cat-cow here. Sticking your rear end up. Let it feel good. It's not so much about the stretch as wakening your spine and inviting movement and space between the vertebrae. See if you can just do something just because it feels good, with no other intention. Curling your toes, press your toes into the earth and come up to downward dog. And hang out here for a moment. Maybe let your hips shift back and forth. Enjoy some breaths. Press your right heel into the earth, bend your left knee, let the energy move. And switch sides. Widen your hands a wee bit, and you're going to bend your elbows and lower your chest to the floor a couple inches and lift up, kind of like a push-up in downward dog, just lowering your head, sending your root to the sky. Do 2 or 3. Notice how it feels, finding where you are in space. And when you're done, again, a loose hip waggle, maybe a right heel into the earth and switch to the left. Bringing your hands a little more center and your feet a little more center. Lift all the way up onto your tippy toes. Release your head and neck, but your hips are reaching to the sky. Drop your heels to the left, bend your left knee, straight your right, and let the energy shift up and down the right leg and hip. And you'll lift up onto your tippy toes and bend to the right. Right knee bends, your left heel hits the earth. Lots of energy and twanginess shifting. It's kind of like the bittersweet. Come back to center. Lower your heels towards the floor and let the energy move. We're going to raise our right leg, planting your hands into the earth, your right ball mound. Raising that leg, energize your hip and your rear end. Press your heel into the back wall. We're going to rise up from here into Warrior One, but not yet. Just give yourself a moment. Roll your ankle, setting yourself up for success. Inhale and send the breath all the way to your toes and your heel. Exhale, gently bend that knee gracefully. Bring it between your hands. You're going to bring your right foot a little farther out and come up to Warrior One. It is not as long a stance as Warrior Two, and your arms will reach up to the sky. Your hips are going to be squared to the front. Take a minute here to reach your back heel to the earth. Walk your front feet forward. And just breathe. Opening your arms out, clasp them at your sacrum, press your fists to the floor. Your heart will shine forward, and drop your chin to your chest. Send some kindness to your neck. Bringing your chin back to neutral. We're going to shift forward into Humble Warrior if you want. If you don't want, just stay upright. You'll come to the inside of that left knee and reach your arms up to the sky, using your toes and your feet, every cell on the sole of your feet to support you, and let your hands reach up. And adjust if your belly is squished, if something hurts, be kind. 2 more breaths here. Notice if you're holding your breath. And we will rise up. We're going to open our arms out wide and bring them in front, left elbow under right, coming into eagle arms here in warrior one, which means you'll engage your right glute and your elbows will be shoulder height. Coming back to the breath. Inhale, lift up an inch. Exhale to shoulder height. Inhale, lift up an inch. Exhale to shoulder height. Press your elbows against each other and release. Inhale, lift up an inch, and exhale, round, curl forward, drop your head and neck, let your back open up a little bit. You're going to be using your toes and the soles of your feet here. Inhale, lifting back up to shoulder height. Untangle your arms, press them into the side walls. Spread your fingers wide, pinch your scapula together, release. Lower your hands to the floor and shrug your shoulders up. Massage your occiput and down. You're gonna bring your hands towards the floor. You can grab a block if you have them or not. Hop your back foot forward and come to pyramid pose. A short pyramid. Shake your head, releasing it in all the ways. Inhale for a half lift, using the blocks if you have them. Exhale, bend your elbows and fold forward. Release over the blocks. Let the energy shift. For fun here, if you want, bend your front knee, grab your blocks, walk your hands forward, and come into the half splits. You're going to raise your right foot up to the sky and roll your ankle. You can have your hands on the bed or on the floor. Let it feel really good. And when that feels complete, bend your knee and bring your foot alongside the other. Come into a forward fold. Widen your feet, create a space for your belly, and grab your elbows and just enjoy a sway. Sink into your body and breathe. Lifting up all 10 toes here, notice the 4 corners of your feet in your steadiness and lower them down. And dropping into your body, sending yourself kindness for any cranky spots. Releasing your arms, engage your belly, and unroll all the way up to stand. And when you arrive, take a moment there to let things settle. Notice how you feel. Opening eyes and just let the light in. Find the soles of your feet. Lift up your toes, lower them down. Slide your right hand down your right thigh and reach your left arm up and tilt gently to the right. You're sliding down. Enjoy the left line of your body, using your belly to steady you. And with kindness and care, cartwheel over to the other side. Slowly slide down that left side. Use your right side body to lift up to the top, interlace your fingers, flip your palms to the sky and have a shimmy. Exhale, round, suck your belly back into a standing cat. Inhale, arch up into a standing cow. And once more, forward, let the crown of your head reach forward and coming back upright. Opening your arms out wide, we're going to give ourselves a huge hug. Doesn't matter which arm goes first. Squeezing tight. Squeeze your belly, squeeze your toes into the earth, squeeze your eyes closed, squeeze everything as tight as you can. And exhale, release and untangle. Press your arms into the side walls and make a fist and release, about 5 starbursts, flicking off whatever you'd like to flick. And coming back to steady. And we're going to hug ourselves the opposite way, potentially the less comfortable way. Squeeze everything once again. Toes, bottoms of your feet, your thighs, your glutes, your belly, your eyes, your teeth. Tight as you can. And release and untangle. This time, lower hands and let the tingles happen. Wiggling fingers and toes. Shrug your shoulders up to your ears. Drop your occiput in. Squeeze tight. Another massage here. Tight, 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 tight as you can. And release and melt. Let the sensations and the tingles sort themselves out. Bring your hands to heart center, pressing your thumbs into your sternum. We're going to come into tree pose. Kickstand your right foot, and you'll slide the sole of your foot up. Draw your knee back, and reach your arms to the sky. Not overcomplicating it. If you want to slide your foot up higher today, feel free. If it works for you, ideally not over your knee. And you'll bring your hands back to heart center, draw your knee forward and shake it out. Root your right tree trunk down, use your toes for balance, and you'll kickstand your left foot, hands to heart, slide your foot up. Grow your branches. Excuse me. Just let it feel good. Don't overcomplicate it. Bringing hands back to heart center, draw your knee forward and shake it out. Bringing your hands back to your heart, close your eyes for a second, palms together, press each finger pad against the other. Press your palms against each other. Press your thumbs into your sternum, noticing all the connection. And take a moment to send yourself kindness and appreciation for this journey of life and family and all the things that happen. This just kind tenderness for who you are and where you are. Recognizing the length of the journey, the beauty in the journey, the bitterness in the journey, the sweet in the journey. Taking a moment to enjoy that appreciation and the gratitude and the thankfulness. And allow for some wishing you were different in a loving way. Taking in a huge inhale. And on the exhale, lowering hands and opening your eyes and reaching your arms out and up. Your palms will come together. Hinge forward, forward fold. Inhale for a half lift. Your back is flat, your heart shines forward. Exhale, fold forward. Plant your hands and step back to plank. And take a moment here to find your center. Remember to breathe. Shift forward onto your tippy toes. Bend your knees, untuck and lower down, chaturanga to the earth. Inhale for low cobra. Shine your heart forward. Plant the fronts of your hips into the earth. Exhale, lower down. Curl toes and press up to downward dog. Stretch your spine here. Downward dog is a spine stretch. Let it feel luxurious and delicious. Remember to breathe. Plant your weight into your hands and the left foot. Raise your right leg to the sky. Press your heel into the back wall. Everything intentional, engaged. Huge breath in all the way to your heel or your toe. And gently bring your foot between your hands, rise up to warrior one. Let it feel really good. And adapt your stance in whatever way would feel good to you. When you're ready, reach your arms to the sky. Let your hip flexors stretch and enjoy this. Gazing outward, hips are facing forward. Tack your right hip back and your left hip forward if need be. Sweep your arms out, reclasp them at your sacrum. Let your heart shine forward, shoulders down and back, and give your neck a gift of tucking your chin. Even if it's tight, just be kind. Wiggling your front toes forward, we're going to hinge forward into humble warrior here. Bend your front knee, come to the inside of your knee, and reach your arms to the sky. If you can't reach your arms to the sky, you can leave them at your hip as well. Do what feels best to your arms and your shoulders. If you have a strap, you can use a strap here too. Inhale, rise up, shaking things out. Bring your arms out wide, and we're going to come into eagle arms, right elbow under left, elbows at shoulder height. You can gaze through the peephole if you have one. Sending some kindness to your shoulders here. Remember to breathe. Sending love to any tender spots. Inhale, lift up an inch. Exhale, lower. Press your elbows against each other. Release. Inhale, lift up another inch. And curl forward. Using your feet for balance. Remember to breathe. Lifting up. Untangle, press your arms into the side walls, spread your fingers, pinch your scapula. Release, and lower your hands, shaking them out. Shrug your shoulders up to your ears, and release, let things melt. We're gonna shift our hands forward. You'll grab your blocks. You might need to move to find them, and come into that pyramid pose. Enjoy the backs of your legs here. And if your wrists are cranky, be up on your fists. Bend elbows and rise up. Do what feels good to you. There's not a right place to be here. Just let each posture feel like things can move and reorganize. Grabbing blocks. Walk them forward, come into that half splits with the leg high. Notice what happens to your hips here and try to keep your hips square to the earth, flat, parallel to the earth. Roll your back ankle. If you can get it up higher, you can do that, but higher isn't necessarily better. Bend that knee and bring it alongside the other foot. Bring the blocks nearby and stack the blocks if you have them, and you can put your forehead on them. If you don't have blocks, just grasp your elbows and sway. Your third eye on the blocks here. See if you can straighten your knees and bend them a little bit. And enjoy the pressure on your third eye. The connection to the earth underneath, the steadiness. And we'll take the blocks out, bringing your hands to the floor. Come down to your knees. We're going to come right into broken toe. I know some people hate it and some people love it. So You can opt out or come into camel pose or sit on the blocks if you want and just stretch your thighs. For those of you who want to do it, untuck your toes and lean into them. Let the energy in the toes move. Sort of getting out that heaviness that you're carrying. Letting things move in a soft and kind way. Remembering to breathe. Lifting up when the tension becomes a lot. Putting your weight back down. 2 more breaths. And we'll come onto hands and knees and bang out your feet. Because it's fun. From here, we're actually going to curl onto our toes and lift up, coming into a yogi squat. So you'll widen your feet, open your knees, and you can get here however. If you want to use a block, do that. Your hands will come together at heart center and your elbows to your inner knees. Letting your root use gravity to reach the floor. Remember to breathe. Closing eyes here if you can. Just connecting to that inner knowing, sending yourself that kindness of like wrapped in a cozy blanket by the fire kindness. Nothing to do but sip your tea and be and think and listen. And connecting to both the bitter and the sweet here. This pose is kind of a bitter and sweet pose. It feels good and unusual. When you're ready, lower your hands, turn your toes to the front, come into the forward fold, shake things out, have a waggle. And when you're ready, lower hands and unroll up to stand. Reaching your arms all the way up, your palms come together and drip them down to heart center. Palms together here for a moment, thumbs into your sternum. Close your eyes and just reconnecting to yourself, your intention, things that might be nagging at you, those bitters, how it might you like to think about them or move them. Lifting up all 10 toes. Notice the 4 corners of your feet, rooting them downward and lowering your toes like roots, one at a time. Drawing the earth's energy up into your pelvis, into your heart, into your hands, standing up nice and tall. Lowering your hands and reaching them out and up. Once again, your palms will come together, interlace your fingers. Let your pointer finger reach to the sky. Grow as tall as you can. Shimmy your waist. And come up onto your tippy toes. And slowly lower your feet, lower your hands to heart center. And we'll drip forward, forward fold. Inhale for a half lift here. And exhale, lower down. Once more, inhale for that half lift. And exhale, lower down. Inhale and come all the way up, reaching your arms out and up. Palms will come together, drip down to heart center. We're going to come into warrior 3 from here. So you'll bring your hands back to heart center. And we'll start with the left foot forward, standing on the left foot. So you're going to lift up your left foot, step forward, and raise your back foot up to the sky, wherever feels good to you. And if you want to fly, do that. Have fun with it. No judgment allowed. Maybe hands on hips. Bringing your hands back to heart center. We're going to lower our foot and bring your knee up to 90 degrees in front before you fall on the floor. Extend your foot long. And bend your knee and lower down and shake it out. And we'll do the other side. Reorganize yourself. And you'll step the right foot forward, hands on heart, and raise your foot. Notice how these yoga poses don't have to be so complicated. And you can raise your arms out. Remember to breathe. Bringing your hands back to heart center and bring your knee forward. Point your toe. Flex your knee, and we'll point our toe once again. And flex your knee. And lower down and shake it out. And let's do dancer pose before we lie down. I don't know why, but this is what I'm inspired by right now, so that's what we'll do. Maybe even use the wall for kindness today if you have one. You're going to bring your right knee up to 90 degrees, slide your hand over, and draw your heel to your rear end. Notice what happens when you do this, trying to be perpendicular and upright. And reach your left hand to the sky. If you can move your hand so that it's on the arch of your back foot, that's the traditional way to do it, if your shoulder has that capacity. And let the front knee be soft, the left knee, and you'll tip forward into dancer pose. You can press your foot into your hand if you want. And when you feel complete, rise up and shake it out. And we'll do the other side. Raising your left knee up to 90 degrees. Slide your hand forward. Take a moment in the upright spot to enjoy the stretch. And when you're ready, tip forward into dancer and have fun. Life is short, dance a little. Who cares what you look like? Rising back up and lowering down, shaking things out in a kind and tender way. And we'll make our way to lie down. And when you arrive, draw your knees right into your chest and enjoy a mindful rock and massage of your sacrum. And a happy baby. Wiggling toes. Bend your left knee and straight your right leg. And we'll switch sides. And bend straight both legs if you can or want to. Bending both once again. Draw your knees towards the floor. Release the lower back. Draw the soles of your feet together and press your heels towards your groin. Release your inner thighs. Release hands and lower your feet to the floor. We're going to come into an active bridge here. Lower your hands by your waist. Press into your feet and shift your hips up. Shimmy your shoulders underneath you and lift your hips up as high as you can, letting your heart be light here. And take a moment upside down with the blood flow coming back to your head. Just notice how you feel. Sometimes those heavier things, those bitter things come up more when we're a little upside down. Just letting that be. Engage your glutes here to support your back well. Shimmy your shoulders under you. You might clasp your hands underneath or grab the edges of your mat and tug it towards your heels. We're going to be here a little longer than usual. Maybe lift up onto your tippy toes and lower your hands down, your heels down, sorry. Lift up your toes and lower them down. Untuck your shoulders and unroll. Very much untuck your shoulders. Stretch your legs long and your arms long above, coming into the longest, tallest version of yourself. If you all hear other voices, there's a bunch of workers outside my yoga studio this morning, but I'm thankful they're here. We're having solar put on so that we can get it on before the end of the year, and there's been about a zillion and one snafus. So they're working on the Saturday after Thanksgiving, which I'm thankful for. Walk your feet to the left, right ankle atop the left, and grasp your right wrist and tug it into a banana or crescent shape. And we will walk to the other side, switching left ankle atop the right. Enjoy the left line of your body here. Remember to breathe. And come back to center. While you're here, untangle and reach your right arm and your left toe long. And come back to center and switch to the other side. Right toe and left arm long. And then all of them long, pointing, growing as tall as you can. And release. Bring your hands back by your sides, bend your knees. And we will walk our feet so they're hips width. Plant your palms on the earth. Pick your hips up and shift them about 6 inches to the left. Draw your knees into your chest and roll over to the right, coming into a twist. And you might need to restack your hips. Sometimes they land just where they're supposed to, and sometimes they don't. And do something with your left arm that feels good. And it might be different than what usually feels good. And if you want to gaze to the left, you can do that. Enjoying your twist. If you want to stretch your left leg long, you can do that. You'll get a different twist and a different stretch here. Remember to breathe. Rebend your left leg if it's extended. Make any final adjustments if anything here needs a tweak or a stretch. Slowly release your top hand and bring your left hand down alongside you to help you shift all the way back over. We're going to come into a twist on the left this time. Walk your feet to center. You can plant your hands wherever they are, pick your hips up, and come about 6 inches to the left. Untuck your shoulders, draw your knees in, and tip leftward. And restack without judgment, because there's no judgment needed. Left hand on your right thigh, and your right arm might be a T or it might be a cactus. Just let your body guide you. And if you notice tight spots, bitter spots, send them kindness, send them the sweet. All of it works together. Sending breath where you're tight, sending sweet where you're bitter, creating space. And noticing what is good and what is working and what feels good. When you're ready, release your hands and bring your knees back to center. Flatten your sacrum onto the floor. And we're going to come into another squeezy tight ball. Draw your knees in towards you. Squeeze your forehead to your knees as tight, 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 tight as you can. Even squeeze your face. Tight, 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 tight. And lower your feet to the floor, your head to the floor. And take a moment to arrive. Notice how you feel. Huge breath in and out. Bend your right knee, your right shin will be perpendicular to the ceiling, and bend your left knee alongside. Take a moment to find your sacrum on the earth, triangular bone, and you'll raise one leg to the sky and the other. So the soles of your feet are facing the ceiling. Notice your belly and likely draw your feet about an inch forward so your hips are at 90 degrees. And point your toes and flex them. Floss those nerves. Point the right toe, flex the left, switch. Come back to center, flexing both, pointing both. Roll both ankles in opposite directions if you can. It's like a brain teaser. Bend your right foot, lower it to the floor. Bring your right knee in towards you, give it a hug, and extend your right leg long. Hugging that knee in all the way towards you. Let it roll laterally into the hip socket. Enjoy a little roll in the socket. Let it feel good. Remember to breathe. Roll your ankle. Lower the left foot and bring your right knee into your chest. Give it a hug and stretch your left leg long. Enjoy the hip flexor here. Roll your ankle. Let your hip drop laterally into the socket. Remember to breathe. Use the breath. And as you're here, bringing kindness and compassion to the bittersweet of life at this moment, to the noise all around us, to the beauty, usually right up close. There's a phrase in that Charlie Mackesy book about noticing what you love right under your nose when the dark clouds come. He says it more eloquently. Lowering that right foot to the floor alongside the left. And just notice how you feel. Reach arms long above you once again. Pour in the breath from one end to the other. Exhale, let it out. And we're going to come into Shavasana. Bringing your hands down by your sides. Let your toes flap to the outer edge of the mat. And your hands, palms up to the sky in a receptive position, open to whatever is unfolding in the world today, in your life today, whatever everyone else is up to. Can you give yourself the gift of just enjoying where you are, connecting to those tender realities and people you love, and letting go of control of the breath, letting go of control of your thoughts, allowing yourself a few moments here to simply rest, restore, refill, relax. be here a little longer today than usual. The Thanksgiving weekend is a little longer weekend than usual. A chance to slow down and refill and restore even a little bit extra. Gently begin to deepen your breath. And more slowly than usual, begin to wiggle fingers and toes. And more slowly and tenderly and kindly than usual, stretch. A little bit longer, a little bit taller. And when you feel ready, you can make your way up to a comfortable seat where we began. And when you arrive there, pay attention to your root, connecting to the earth beneath you, and sitting up with intention. Not effort, but intention. And bringing a hand to heart with intention and the other hand atop. Taking a moment to reconnect to yourself and to the version of you that has come back to sit up here. Perhaps a little bit lighter, perhaps a little bit softer. And taking a moment to connect to whatever intention you set on your mat today, potentially around something bittersweet, the bitter and the sweet, potentially just around kindness or being present in the moment. Whatever it was, connect to that. And how might you lean into it, not just on your mat here, but off your mat as you move forward in the world? Taking in a big, huge, deep breath, sending it to the palmar surface of your hands. And a big exhale. Send the next breath all the way down into your root and the belly and the palmar surface of your hands. And exhale, let it out. The light in me honors and reflects the light in each and every one of you. May you all have a beautiful day. And hopefully I will see you tomorrow. Namaste.